Going down, DJs. Finally got one game under the belt with the preseason going, Hall of Fame game. Yeah, it didn't go our way. It didn't go my way specifically. And that sucks. But I will tell you, number one, that's why we only do a quarter unit for these Hall of Fame games. And for the preseason in general, that's probably good advice. Don't go overboard, guys. Quarter unit at most for these, just because they're so damn unpredictable, even more unpredictable than regular season games. You never know what's going to happen. Hell, half the time, the damn Hall of Fame game doesn't even kick off because of paint not drying or whatever. So don't go crazy with it. The rotations get all messed up. Some of these players are way better than expected and advertised. Some of the defenses are absolutely dog shit. If you watched the game last night, the Cardinals and the Panthers, they could not stop the run for shit. I have never seen so many untouched runs. I was just like astonished at how many times guys would just run and just break through, and you'd see a bunch of white and blue jerseys chasing through. It looked like a damn OJ chase out there every time I turned the damn TV on. Anyways, that sucked. It went the wrong way, but it was good to get the sweat going, get the last minute screw you in the NFL again. That was all awesome. Let's get back to it. Hopefully we can come back a winner this upcoming week for the preseason. I will give you a play for the preseason, or the first official week of preseason. But this whole video is going to be a Steelers video. So if you are a Steelers fan out there, first of all, I hope you stub your toe on something sharp, because Steelers, we have deep resentment with them. But it's going to be a good video for you. So number one, let's look at the Madden algorithm to look at the actual week one game here, which is the Steelers and the Falcons. Now, currently, the Steelers are 3-point favorites. If you haven't already watched the other videos, the Madden algorithm does project where we can find value. Specifically, it is better at projecting the dog than it is the favorite. So that's really what we try to focus on. The other two videos that are out there, one's on the Bills-Texans game. The other one is on the Rams-49ers game. Go out and check those out if you haven't seen them. We're definitely worth your time. I think it's really helpful information. But for this game in particular, Madden has this line at roughly 2 points. It says that the Falcons should be 1.89 point dogs, right? So let's just round it up and say 2-point dogs. Currently, they are 3, and that's going to be, a point of difference, a point of value, but really it's more important because it's a key number of 3. Now, that being said, the Steelers do have the advantage at quarterback. They do have the advantage at defense, but I will say the advantage at defense is pretty minimal given, the lofty expectations of that Steelers defense. The Falcons, I don't know if they're that much better, but apparently Madden thinks that they are. And the Falcons offense does project out to be better than the Steelers offense. Now, that being said, if you're not familiar with this particular algorithm, it's not a secret. There is a book on it out there. It's actually called Picking Winners by Matsumoto, and I don't think that's his real name. But it does talk about how to set up this algorithm if you want to. Essentially what it is each player gets its own value. So, quarterbacks are, of course, going to be more valuable than like your defensive tackles. But each group also gets their own value. So like offense is one value, defense is the other one, which is kind of what you're looking at here. If you want to see the full breakdown, I have, I can scroll down and show you what the receivers what the offense would look like, what the defense would look like. But essentially all those get thrown into the algorithm. They all get their own value. And then boom, it points out what the line should be according to Madden. So this 1 point of value definitely puts us on the Falcons, but there is a little twist in today's video, and that is that there is a coaching angle here. If you don't already know, I am a Cowboys fan, or at least a T-shirt one at that, and a Ravens fan, because you need to have a backup team with these damn Cowboys. So that being said, looking at Mike McCarthy at his time with the Cowboys specifically, he's actually 2-3. He in season openers specifically. Now, that's not terrible. At least it doesn't sound terrible. A lot of guys they can't win the first game all the time, and sometimes you play really good opponents, especially when you're the Cowboys and they want to make you like marquee games. But the 2 wins that he has are not really impressive wins. He has 1 win against the Giants with Daniel Jones. I want to say it was the last year Daniel Jones was a quarterback there, and so, or second to last year, I guess. But again, not super impressive. It was a Giants team that was kind of in disarray, and on paper, the Cowboys had a pretty big advantage as far as just personnel goes. So, okay, great, we'll give it to him. He got the win against Brian Daboll, who I still think is a pretty good offensive coordinator. But the second win was against the Browns and Deshaun Watson. That's right. That Deshaun Watson that has touched so many hearts and had people touch him, that's the guy. That's the other win under Mike McCarthy's belt for season openers in the last 5 years of his coaching stint. Now, I should have gone back and checked more into his time with the Packers, but the point of the matter is, number one, he doesn't really try typically in the preseason, and that tends to linger into the regular season, at least in the season opener. And with a team that is as highly, talented on the offensive side of the ball, at least, even throughout the entire time that McCarthy was there, you would expect that he would have at least a 2 or 3 win record to start the season off, but that he would have been able to maybe beat a better opponent. Like the two teams you could beat was Daniel Jones and Deshaun Watson. Yeah, I'm not giving him a whole lot of credit for that. So that plus the Madden algorithm, plus we have Kevin Stefanski, who is just an awesome coach. He really doesn't get to show it, or he didn't get to show it with the Browns. And that's kind of expected, right? Like, that's exactly what we're talking about with this terrible team. They gave him Deshaun Watson to work with. Like, what the hell were you thinking, Browns GM? But either way, Kevin Stefanski, if you noticed, he did not have a hard time finding a job at all. I mean, the teams were lining up. Everybody knows the guy is a great coach. He's a great offensive coordinator, if nothing else. He knows how to get the most out of his teams. They just happen to give him shit to work with. So, yeah, the guy got a job immediately, and that's pretty much everybody knew that was going to happen. If you take a look at any publications or anything around the NFL, there was absolutely no secret that guy was, there was teams lining up for him. So give me the Falcons with the better coach who tends to start off with a better season. He's got a great, offense as far as Madden is concerned. And the algorithms point us in the right direction against a coach who has not proven that he can really come out and get his best foot forward for the opening of the season. So give me the Falcons. Give me the +3 on this one so we can get that point of value. And who knows, maybe it'll get to +3.5 as we get closer, but I'm fine with the +3 right now. Now, like I said, this whole video is going to be about the Steelers, and I do want to look at this upcoming preseason week. Now, the Steelers are going to be playing pretty much the first game of the preseason here is going to be on this Thursday, and they are playing the Vikings. Now, I will tell you that the Vikings, with Kevin O'Connell, apparently he just does not give a shit about the preseason. Now, this has kind of bitten us in the ass already because Dave Canales was the same way. Dave Canales had won one game before this Hall of Fame game debacle that just really pissed me off. So I don't want to just take that at face value. So let's look at the Mike McCarthy side. Mike McCarthy has about a 48% win rate in the preseason, which is, serviceable for a guy who's been coaching for as long as he has. But probably more importantly, this is obviously his first year with the Steelers, so we already have that kind of edge of, hey, these guys who come out with the first year, they at least want to make some sort of statement that they can, put some points up on the board. But the second part of that is you got to look at some of the, storylines, narrative, whatever you want to call it, that go into that. And Mike McCarthy is actually from Pittsburgh. He's from that area. His family's going to be there. This is his dream job to coach his home team growing up with his family there. This will be his very first outing with the Steelers in front of the home fans there in Pittsburgh with his family in attendance. There's a lot of narrative reasons why I expect him to come out and put on a show for this first week. And I'm not saying he's going to play all his starters. And again, everyone kind of knows who he is. It's not like he's going to go out there and try to be somebody he's not, or he's going to even try to do that. But I would not be surprised if we do see some fireworks come preseason week 1. He's going to be kicking off the preseason with the first game on Thursday against a team who really doesn't give a damn. The coach has proven, at least over the last couple of years, he doesn't really care if they get out to a win or not in the preseason. So, again, a lot of reasons why we have McCarthy should be coming out to make a stand, to make some sort of noise, give his home fans something to watch, something to root for, his team some buy-in, to get some buy-in from the GMs and things like that he was the right hire. So all sorts of stuff pointing us in the right direction for the Steelers. And depending on where you look, they are either 1 or 1.5 point favorites for the game. So you're not having to lay like a field goal or a touchdown or anything crazy. You're literally just putting a point or point and a half. And, I mean, depending on what book you're at, you might even just want to grab the money line, because I have seen these teams at -1 or the money line at -110, which just gave me the -110 at that point. But either way, love the Steelers for this first week of preseason. Give me the Steelers. and I absolutely do not like them for the first week of the regular season. Give me the Falcons plus the 3 in that game. So there's your Steelers video. There's the update for today. There's the Madden algorithm, as well as a look at preseason. Thank you guys. I hope this was helpful. I will keep trying to make these videos as routinely as possible. Really, I'd like to get on a schedule here and give us at least 2 videos a week, early in the week and late in the week, just to kind of give you some updates on the lines, movements, and what we're expecting. So thanks again. Please check the comments below or the description below. It's going to have your access to Bovada bonuses as well as GT Bets bonuses, and it's going to have the book link there as well, which unfortunately is no longer free, but it's still 99 cents. So